Okay. Let's jump right into it, fam. Just going to jump right into it. You are the problem and you are the solution to this problem, right? You are the problem and you are the solution. Now, if you don't understand yourself, if you don't understand the actual problem, meaning you, yourself, then you don't understand the problem. Listen to what I'm saying. You are the problem and you are the solution to this problem. If you don't understand yourself, you don't understand the problem. Now, what happens when you're living life when you don't understand the problem? What happens when you're just existing and you don't understand that you are the problem, which means you don't understand yourself? There's confusion. There's never-ending conflict. You are psychologically pulled in many different directions. Because you don't know, right? You don't know. You start creating what you think the problem is, and then you start focusing on something that's not even real. You start creating what you think the problem is. You start justifying your situation. And then you're not really addressing the root cause to what's actually happening. And we're talking about all areas of your life, psychologically, financially, emotionally, physically. When you don't understand, right, you're like, you just either accept or you thinking it's something else. You don't investigate. You don't dive into it. You just accept. Now, this right here is what's interesting, right? Because now when you start living a life where you don't really know what the actual problem is, you start playing like this victim mentality. You start feeling like a victim. You start feeling like there's no shot, there's no chance. You start feeling like you can't do anything. You start feeling like, people like me are not meant to do this. People like me are not meant to get clear, become aware, be healthy. People like me are not meant to make more money. You start playing like this victim, predetermined outcome life. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's like you already assume you know what your life is going to look like based on where you are today. Again, listen, you are the problem and you are the solution. And when you don't understand yourself, you don't understand the problem. And when you don't understand the problem, you start creating what you think is the problem, or you start focusing on things outside of what the actual problem is. And then that becomes your focus. That becomes what you focus on. That becomes what you give attention to. That becomes almost like who you are, right? And then you don't think that, hey, you know what, man, my life, I don't think that I can create anything for myself. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do anything different. It's like a predetermined outcome already. It's like, oh, this is my destiny. This is what I've been stamped with. This is what I've been stamped with. This is what I've been given. These are the cards I've been given, and there's no changing these cards. See, fam, when you start thinking like that, you formulate your own limitations. You formulate your own mental barriers. You create these barriers in your mind, these limitations on what you wish or think is going to happen, or what you think is happening. Because again, you don't understand yourself. When you don't understand yourself, you don't understand the problem. And when you don't understand the problem, you start thinking that there's no shot to solve this problem. There's no chance. You don't understand. Nobody understands me. Nobody understands this. This is the words that people use. Nobody understands me. Am I normal? Am I supposed to go through this? Is this something that's... Start comparing yourself to others. Why am I like this? Why am I like that? But I promise you, fam, listen up. I'm telling you this from the start. Is that, and I've said this so many times, that people listen to it, but they don't feel how real it is. That it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be the way that you think it is. It doesn't have to be like that. Because once you understand yourself, and the understanding yourself is a never-ending game, but once you prioritize understanding the details behind the moves you make, once you start understanding the moves and you start seeing what you care about, what you prioritize, how you operate, how you move, and you start seeing that within yourself, you can understand clearly what is actually going on, and you can get to the root cause of the problems of the mind, the problems in your life. Once you understand that, then you start addressing that one by one by one. You shift your attention on playing this victim mentality, or you shift your attention from just accepting this position, and you start addressing the root cause. But even as I say that, there's just some people that have convinced themselves that there is just no chance that this is just permanent. You ever spoke to somebody and you can look at somebody in the face and they're just shaking their head like no, like there's this like kind of like this force field. It's like you ever spoke to somebody, you want to tell them something, but there's a force field on there that it just prevents you from telling. Like it's weird. Like it's like there's just something blocking it. There's something there that you just this person is avoiding to talk about it at all times, right? It's like it's kind of like you want to say something, or you want to look at somebody in the face on like, hey, like if you were to tell them the truth, there's like this force field that just completely like it just feels off if you were to say anything, right? It's like you can't even say it. It's like this person is like it's like awkward. It's like I can't even tell you the truth. It's like their aura or the entire vibe. It's like you can't even say the facts. You gotta like. It's like, oh, if I say this person's gonna get offended, but like there's no even right opening to say this because it'll be out of context, and it's just kind of like and then that's it. But that force field, right, which I can't even explain. That acceptance, that one just accepted, that feeling of acceptance. I just accept this. It's like, hey, what if you like change your diet, or what if you change the food you eat? It's like, yeah, but, and then it's like this diffusion. Hey, what if you like decided to work out? You know, what if you got to the gym? And it's like, then there's like diffusion, right? It's like, hey, what if you like, you know, you can always like start that business, or what if you got, you know, quit that job and got another job, or what if you did, there's like a diffusion going on, right? There's like I don't want to hear that. That's how most people are living life. They're listening with resistance. They're listening to not understand. They don't want to listen. But what is that, right? What is that to a mind that just accepted? A mind that just accepted their situation. This is all just predetermined. My destiny has been completed. There's people who are 60 years old saying, I'm too old to do anything else, with 40 plus years left on their life. You know what I'm saying? 40, 50 plus years left. It's like, oh, I'm 40, I'm old. I'm 50, I'm old. It's like, whoa, like, you're already like deteriorating psychologically. You're not even living life because you think that life is over. You know how many people are not living life because they think life is already over? They think life is already over. This is just my position. And regardless of what age, this is just my position in life is it's over. This is what it is. And then every day looks the same. Every day, every moment, one is repeating the same pattern and accepting their limitation. I just imagine a box, right? One is living in a box and one is in the going from every corner every single day. Oh, this is just what, I'm just be grateful for this. This is what's been given to me. Let me just be grateful for this. This box of limitation. Let me be grateful for this limitation that I created for myself. That's built by so much fear. That's built by stories on top of stories on top of stories. Do you know how difficult it is to understand yourself when you have stories that you've created that's built on top of stories on top of stories? I have this story to why I can't. And then I have the story that defends the reason to why I can't. And then there's the story that defends the reason that defends the other reason that why I can't. It's like you created all these stories to why you can't. My environment, my kids, my husband, my wife. When I was a kid, I went through this and, I grew up like that. And it's like, holy shit. You don't understand yourself. You are the problem and you are the solution to this problem. And if you don't understand yourself, then you don't understand the problem. And if you don't understand the problem, then you start focusing on things that you think are the problem, which then gets you further and further away from getting to the root cause to what's actually going on. And because you're blinded by what's actually going on, it's a mind that it's not even present or aware of itself. It's just existing with all these stories they've created about their life and what's going on. And every situation has a reason to why. Every move they make is like solidified. This is just how I am. This is just what I do. This is just what I've accepted. Man. It's difficult because even saying it, I can just, it's like, fuck. Even saying it, it's not enough to penetrate that. Because one just like, yep, but one doesn't even think about things that they've overlooked. Think about, like, how can you think about something that you've spent an entire life avoiding seeing? Right? Think about the things that you just don't, you just overlooked because you're so prioritized, like you prioritize so many other things. You're giving attention to so many other things that there's a lot of shit that you overlook. A lot of details about your life that you're just not thinking about. Because you built an entire life not seeing yourself, not seeing the problem. Think about some of the things, fam. Like, think about some. How can you think about something that you just overlooked? Like, you're like, well, I am focused. I am present. I am looking at everything. And you're like, well, you're not. How can we get you to see yourself? How can we get you to look in the mirror and see yourself with total awareness? And not alter what you see, not feel bad about what you see, not recreate what you see, but actually see the details and the things that you've accepted about yourself. The things that you've overlooked and what's that doing to you, right? Things that you overlook and what that's doing to you. The limitations you've created and you're okay with those limitations. Damn, man. You are the problem and you are the solution to this problem. And every time I think about this, I'm like, man, just look around, right? Look around. There's so many people who just accepted this situation. And I start thinking about people in my family. I start thinking about people I know. I start thinking about people I grew up with on the block. I'm looking at them. I'm like, man, it ain't got to be this way. You know, like, it don't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be this way, right? It doesn't have to be this way. All you have to do is see yourself for who you actually are. All you have to do is see that you've chosen this position. If you can take that responsibility, if someone can see that they've chosen this position, how did I choose this position, Anthony? By the moves I've made, by the things that I prioritize, by the things that I have accepted, by the things that I care about, by the conversations I'm having, by the foods I'm eating, by the moves I'm making. I've chosen this position because everything about me, every move I've made, every thought, every habit, everything I care about has led me up to this point. So because it has led me up to this point, I am the problem and I am the solution to this problem, right? The things I just shake my head up and down and say yes. The things that I just say, okay, cool. I don't know how to say no to certain things. My fears that I've just accepted. So I have these fears, these limitations, this work ethic, all of this had led me up to this point. So if I can see that I've chosen this position, I can see that it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that it doesn't have to be that way? Isn't that interesting? That if I can see that I've chosen this position, I can see that, oh shit, it doesn't have to be that way, and instantly it all changes. Instantly it all changes the moment I take responsibility. Family, the moment I say this to myself, and this is what happened to me, 18, 19, 20 years old, over 10 years ago, over 11 years ago, over 12 years ago, what happened to me was that I saw the details of the situation that I put myself in. I saw the details of my life. I saw what I was willing to accept. And the moment that I saw that, the moment that I said, damn, it's because of me, it's no one else, nothing else, it's because of me, everything changed for me. Everything changed for me. The moment that I saw that I put myself in this situation that I'm in today, the moment that I saw that I am broke because I want to be broke, the moment that I saw, listen, I am broke because I chose to be broke. I am unhealthy because I chose to be unhealthy. The moment that I saw that it's no one else's problem but mine, or no one else's responsibility but mine, the moment that I saw that it's up to me and it always will be, was the moment that everything changed for me. Because you know what started to happen? And people don't want to accept the responsibility, and that's fine. No one's telling you how to live. I am saying this. The moment that you see that you are in this position because of you is the moment that your entire fucking existence changes. Your entire existence changes the moment that you see that it's up to me and it always will be. The moment you see that, damn, man, I've chosen this spot because there's fears I'm unwilling to address. I'm unwilling to address this fear. There's conversations that I'm having on the day-to-day. There's the environment that I'm just accepting and not questioning. There's people around me that I don't question. I'm unwilling to put an end to a known in order to jump into the new. In order to jump into the unknown. I'm unwilling to change my habits or question my habits. I'm unwilling to break away from what I've accepted for how many years. And because I'm unwilling to do that, I am in this position that I am in. And again, the moment that you accept that responsibility is the moment that your entire existence changes. Why? Why does your existence change the moment you take responsibility? Because now you don't sit around and sit back and say, yo, let me look for the answers. Let me hope for the answers. Let me wait for somebody to stick their hand out. Let me wait for somebody else to help me. The moment that you start saying, no one's going to help me, is the moment that you start solving all the little problems in your life. Is the moment that you start investigating. It's the moment that you start questioning. It's the moment you start observing. It's the moment that you start educating yourself. It's the moment that you start taking on the responsibilities that you've been giving to everybody else and everything else. You've been giving your responsibilities away to everybody else, to everything else, to the magical powers of the universe. And you sit back and ignore the facts about yourself. Again, the moment that you look in the mirror and you say, I'm the problem and I'm the solution to this problem, and everything that's happening in my life happens because of me. As in, it's happening because of the things that I just accepted, the way I move, the way I think, what I'm willing to embrace, what I don't understand, my work ethic, my education, how I'm not really educating myself with this world of the online world with so much information that's available to us, so much books, so much things to read that you can read, to know, to learn, to grow. Nothing's going to change until I change. Nothing's going to change until I create it. Nothing's going to change until I accept that I am the actual problem. The moment everything changed for me, the moment I saw that I was the problem. And when I hear people say, oh, there's no shot, or when I hear people say, no, but you don't understand, and there's a comeback to that. There's always a comeback. Notice the people who don't want to take responsibility, there's always a comeback, right? If I allow my fears to consume me, I won't want to hear the fact that I'm the problem and I'm the solution. I want to hear that somebody else or something else or someone is going to take care of it for me. I want to hear that because I don't want to take responsibility. I'm too afraid. And because I'm too afraid, I just sit back and wish for it and hope for it. But the fact is this, fam. What you're experiencing now, it doesn't have to be that way. It's the things that you're willing to accept. The people that you're unwilling to let go of. You keep them around just in case. Because you don't want to create a new. It's interesting, man. People don't want to create a new. I want to keep these, what I can't, scraps. I want to keep the scraps. Because I don't know, I'm afraid to put an end to a known to create something new. Let me keep the scraps. Let me not make myself more valuable. Let me just depend on others. Many people want to just depend instead of be independent. Instead of learning about themselves and understanding themselves and understanding who they actually are and taking on that responsibility. How can you take on that responsibility of understanding yourself? Being independent psychologically, physically, emotionally, independent in your ways of doing things. When your entire priorities have been built on not seeing yourself. You're more interested in the greatest escapes instead of the responsibility that you have to take. Many people are interested in the greatest escapes. That's what's interesting about the human mind. That the body and brain know the facts, but the mind can lie to itself. The body and brain knows the facts, but the mind can lie to itself. The mind can think whatever it wants to think. The mind can prioritize whatever it wants to prioritize. It's unlimited. Everything can be real and everything is real. Everything is true when a mind that doesn't question itself, right? For a mind that doesn't question, everything is true. For a mind that doesn't question, fam, everything is true. It doesn't investigate. It doesn't know how to think. It doesn't adjust. It doesn't adapt. It doesn't observe. See, the mind's so unlimited, you can find reasons to why what you think or what you hope it is or what you believe it is actually real. Yep, I can't do this. Or the stories you tell yourself, yep, I'm in this position because of this, or I'm in position because of that. And the mind can convince itself. The mind can create what it wants to create. But the body and the brain know the facts. The body's like, well, you can think that all you want, but the truth is, this is the facts. The brain is like, yeah, you can think all that all you want, but there's some things that you're just avoiding about yourself. So how unlimited the mind is, the imagination of the human mind is so unlimited that if you're not prioritizing what is, if you're not prioritizing facts, if you're not prioritizing the truth about yourself, then you start, again, creating all these stories about yourself and all these problems that you think are happening, and you're solving things that have nothing to do with the root cause of what's really going on. Do we wonder why there's confusion? Confusion between what is versus what you wish it was, or what you think it is? Why is there constant confusion? Again, when the mind's being pulled psychologically from a million directions at one time, it's like, and then you live the results of that because the truth is the truth and it'll always be the truth whether you believe in the truth or not. The truth is the truth whether you believe in it or not. Because you get the results, fam. Truth is this is the result. If I do this, this happens. That's what is. Not, oh, I hope you'll believe it is what is. This is what is. The brain and the body, it knows what is. It's embracing what is. You can sit down and look at McDonald's cheeseburgers and you can believe that it's the healthiest meal of all time. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for this Big Mac. I appreciate these plastic fries. You could do gratitude, prayers. You can do whatever it is you want to do. You can hum to it. Hum. Thank you so much for the plastic fries. Hum. Thank you so much for the Big Mac. You can you can create all these music songs and you can do a ritual and you can dance around the Big Mac. In fact, you could dance around the Big Mac butt naked, do all that, right? But it doesn't change the fact of what that type of food is doing to your body. Your body will react to that. Your body and mind will react to the foods that you're putting into your system. It's not quality. It's not real. It's not what it is. But you can be all great. You can talk to it. You can be all nice to it. You can do rituals and all that stuff. But the foods that you're putting into your system, it is what is. The body doesn't know that. The body doesn't know what you're creating. It's the food is not quality. It's just not. The body and the brain know the facts. The mind is so unlimited. The mind is so unlimited that if you don't take control of what is, if you don't stay well grounded to the truth, if you don't see the details behind the moves you make, and if you do not take the responsibility, if you do not think that you are the problem and you are the solution to this problem, then you are living a life of confusion. You will be confused. your entire life because you're never seeing the root cause. You're always seeing what you think it is, and you're solving the symptoms or the byproducts or the results that you've gotten. Oh, I got the result. Like, hey, I'm gonna fix this issue. I gotta go to the doctor to fix this issue. I gotta go to the therapist to fix this issue. I gotta go to this to fix this issue. But you never get to the root cause and why it's happening. You never understand it. You just look to solve that. Let me get the quick fix on that. It's like, I got a headache. Let me get the pill that puts the headache away. But you never know. You don't know why the headache was created. Hey, why did you get the headache to begin with? Why did you get sick? It's like, no, I just got the pill. Cool. All right, cool. It fixed that problem one time, but what about a second time? It's like the people who give money to the homeless say, I'm going to help the homeless. I'm going to give them money. I'm going to give them $1. I'm going to give the homeless man $1. I'm helping the homeless man. Are you helping the homeless man when you give him the $1? Or are you keeping him in the same place when you give him the $1? Imagine you offered the homeless man a job. That's helping somebody learn how to make money. Imagine you teach the homeless man how to make money. Yo, come here, homeless man. Instead of me giving you $1, let me provide you opportunity. Let me show you how to make an extra 1,000 this week. Hey, you want to come work for me? You want to clean my house up? You want to come work for me or clean my house up? I'll provide you opportunity for you to provide value. You want to help a homeless man? Give him opportunity. You don't just give him money. Because you give him money, it'll feed him for a second, for a day. You teach him how to make money, it'll feed him for a lifetime. Yes or no? This is what I'm saying. It's getting to the roots of why something's going on. Why? Oh, because I just don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. So teach somebody then. But of course, you gotta understand yourself. Before you can help others, you gotta understand and help yourself. You gotta be the most clear, the most aware, the most focused. You gotta understand you in order to help others. How can you help others if you don't even help yourself? So many people say, I'm too nice. I always help other people. I always give others to others. It's like, come on, man. There's a lot of hidden agendas in there. There's a lot of hidden things in that. Or I always put others before me. Or I always give to others and not for myself. Yeah? Some people find pleasure in giving to others. Because helping someone else, meaning you helping yourself, becoming more valuable, and you can turn around and teach somebody else on how to do that. Yo, listen, let me tell you the type of foods that I've learned that actually give me more health, more energy, more focus. Let me show you the food. Let me give you that information. That's helping somebody. Hey, let me show you how to make some money. That's helping somebody. Yo, let me show you how I got, from how I would turn my body from this to this. Let me show you. That's helping somebody. That's helping somebody. That's helping somebody. Let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to make this happen. Let me show you what I did to do this. Not this whole, I give my money to people. I love helping this. I love helping that. It's like, come on, man. You're doing some secret shit going on there. You're like, some secret shit is happening. It's the reason why people want to do that. There's something else going on there. Because in actuality, if you want to help somebody, you go on and lead by example. And you be the best version of you so you can turn around and help somebody else. Like, yo, let me show you how to do it. Then you start seeing that some people don't want to learn. Because there's always somebody who's willing to give them something. Which justifies their situation, which keeps them in the same place. I always put myself last, and this year I'm putting myself first. You got to understand why you put yourself last. There's a lot of things it's revealing, and this is all love. This is love to you right now. I mean this out of love. It's like there's a lot of things that there's a lot of things that you're revealing about yourself is the reason why you put yourself last. People think that they're helping others. They think that, oh, I'm helping this person, or I'm always helping other people. It's like, no, I'm putting people before me. It's like, no, there's something going on inside, man. Something going on inside. Because when you really want to help people, you are first. You put yourself first. Why? Because if I'm the best version of me, I can help you be the best version of you. What do they say when you're taking an airplane? Hey, in the result of the oxygen mask, make sure you put the oxygen mask on you first so then you can help somebody else. Not, oh, I put everybody. Not when the oxygen mask or when the thing comes down, I'm gonna help everybody around me and then I'll go. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'll put everybody first. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes down, and then like I put the oxygen mask on all my loved ones first, and then I'm the last one. How can you help somebody else if you don't even take care of yourself? That doesn't make sense. How can you help anybody else if you can barely take care of yourself? How do you know what love is if you don't even love yourself? How? I barely take care of myself, but I love others. I love everybody else. I love everybody, but look at you. You love everybody, but look at you. That shit is like... Yeah, I love people, man. I love everybody. I love my family. I love my friends. I love, I just want to help everybody. And then the person who's saying that is in the worst position possible. The person who's saying that is in the worst situation possible. I love everybody, but it's like, okay, but look, how do you know what love is if you don't even love, period? Love is a state of being. Love is a state of being. Love is who you are. And if it's not who you are, and you're saying, oh, I love my family, I love my kids, I love my wife, I love my husband, I love people, and then you are not where you want to be, or you're not it, how can you know what love is? How? Like, I'm talking about the true sense of the word, the true sense of what it means to truly love. How do you know what that means if you're not living with that? That's what's mind-blowing. How can you say, yo, I love you? It's like, yeah, but what about you? Why you ain't looking right? Why you ain't doing right? Why you ain't feeling right? You talking about love? You gotta be it in order to give it. You gotta see it in order to understand it. You can't just say it. It's easy to say words, man. It's easy to say these things. But how can you say those things if that's not what you are and what the foundation of your life? You gotta understand that the foundation, if your foundation is not solid, if you don't understand yourself, if you don't understand that you are the problem, you are the solution, and how can you help others? How can you understand others? How can you understand others if you don't understand yourself? How can you love others if you don't even love yourself? And what I mean by that is just the foundation, the state of being of love. Not just selfishly, I love myself. No, the state of being of love, which is how you take care of yourself, the moves you make, the decisions you make, how you take care of your body and mind. Like, look at yourself, man. Look at yourself in the mirror closely. Look at yourself. And be like, yo, man, what's up? How do I love the next person? And how do I love all these other people? It's like, yo, man, you gotta You got to be it. Be it, and that's how you can help others. The best version of you is what's best for everybody else. Who's loving this live this morning, fan? Give me some heart emojis. And every time I say give me some heart emojis, there's a lot of dudes like, yo, I ain't giving heart emojis. It's like, come on, bro. Like, come on, we're past that, man. Just give the heart emojis, man. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all love. Like, it ain't that serious. All right, fam. Yo, I'm out of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a solid day. The recordings will be up on my YouTube. I still haven't posted up yesterday's video at the time right now. But I will do that today. So love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I go live every Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. So love you. Appreciate you guys. Have a solid day. Peace.